Um, this is Ben. For those of you just joining us, I'm the community manager for Google Plus for BIL. And Ben, what do you do?
I am Ben Thomas. I write about neuroscience on a website called The Connectome. It's the-connectome.com, and we make videos, podcasts, all kinds of stuff showing how weird new neuroscience discoveries can help make your life better.
How do they make our lives better?
Well, there's all kinds of cool ways. One is that you can learn about neuroscience, and the better you understand the way your brain works, the better you can do things like fight off depression. Like there's a study that recently found that if you look at things in your environment and focus your attention on those, your mind actually becomes less focused on your depressive trains of thought or things like that. Or there's other studies that talk about how neuroscience can make your sex life better. We've actually been mapping parts of the brain that help. Parts of the brain that are mapped to different sexual regions and erogenous zones in the body, and the better we understand those, the better we can understand how they work together. So there's all kinds of ways that learning about neuroscience can help you understand yourself and the people around you better.
And before we get into the talk, I gotta ask, the tattoos.
Oh yeah, dopamine and serotonin.
Dopamine and serotonin.
You see those.
Alright. Also, for those of you who actually want to join in and ask some questions, you can just go to the BIL page, make sure you have a circle, and you can hop in and ask Ben any question that you want. So Ben, what was the name of your talk?
It is 5 Ways to Fight the Blues with Science.
And have you done it yet?
I have not. It is later this evening.
Are you nervous?
Not really. I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
All right. What are the 5 ways that we fight the blues? Give us the synopsis.
Okay. Well, one is the one that I sort of talked about, that if you focus on things around you, you can be happier and essentially not get lost in depressive trains of thought. Another one is that if you just exercise, just walk around the block quickly, it actually boosts your body's levels of endorphins, which are sort of the body's natural feel-good chemicals. Another thing that's important is that when we criticize ourselves, we often get lost in sort of depressive and anxious trains of thought. And if you just remember that we've evolved these defenses for a reason. We feel anxious because these chemicals are natural in our bodies, and if we just accept this, a lot of times it helps us feel calmer and happier. And there are 2 other ways that I'm going to keep mysterious. You're going to have to find out later.
I'm excited. So what are we doing wrong? Like, what's making me anxious or depressed that I'm not even thinking about, but I do every day?
I think that what it really comes down to is that a lot of the time we don't take the time to really have the patience to understand ourselves. Our brains are very complex and weird. We have over 100 billion neurons making over 100 trillion interconnections, and the better we understand those patterns, the better we can come to understand ourselves. So I think the most important thing is just to be patient with your own brain. Remember that it's weird and that all these chemicals are there for a reason, and if you take the time to really pay attention to all these chemicals and understand what's going on, you'll come to a better understanding of yourself and of the people that you're interacting with.
And to learn about that, clearly they should go to your blog and read.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's not just stuff to read. We have fun videos, we've got podcasts, we have discussions, all kinds of fun stuff going on.
Awesome. So how did you just decide one day that you're going to be a blogger, or what's your background?
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I had it's sort of a weird story. I was going through sort of a period in my life where I was feeling a little bit dissatisfied. I was sort of working this really drudge of a job in the advertising industry, and I just decided I want to do something more exciting. I want to do something more interesting. And I watched this amazing TED Talk called I Am My Connectome by Sebastian Sung, and it was just like this explosion in my brain. I was just like, this is what I'm going to do. I need to teach people about how their brains work. And ever since then, that's what I've dedicated my life to.
Awesome. And your life is, how long has that been?
It's been about 1.5 years I've been doing this.
Awesome.
Yep.
So if you were to leave our Google Plus peeps with one final thought about our brains and how we make ourselves happier, what would it be?
The coolest thing that I would want people to remember is that, we think of frontiers as being something like, space or a distant continent, but the really immediately accessible frontier is right here inside of your head, and you can explore it anytime you want for free, whenever you have the inclination. And it's so weird and so mysterious, and there's so much cool stuff that we're learning all the time. So don't be afraid to just explore it. Take time to explore the inside of your own head. There's a whole new continent there.
Awesome. Well, Ben, we hug and say goodbye here.
Yes, awesome.
Goodbye.
All right, thanks.
I'll be sure to come see your speech.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome.
Cool, thanks, man.
So thanks, guys. We'll be back soon with another Hangout with another speaker. Carter, the community manager for Google Plus for BIL.